Hello and Dashi Dalek to all of my dear learners. Today we will be looking at what an article is in English language, and although there are like different meanings of article, we are looking at the grammatical aspect of article. So before we jump on to the definition, let us look at these short sentences. A long time ago there was a lion. So it was a time back earlier in the past when there was a lion. So there was one lion there. The lion was strangely fond of an apple. So which lion? The lion which was there a long time ago was strangely fond of. Fond of means when you're in love with someone. I am fond of reading books. He's fond of getting sick, right? Likewise, an apple. So there was an apple, a strange apple, and the lion was in love with that apple. So you see that even in these short sentences we have used article 4 times, and this simply shows how useful articles are and how often it appears in our day-to-day writing or day-to-day speaking. Okay, so especially in writing it is quite important. Now there are like 3 articles in English language, and all 3 are singular articles, a and the. And singular here means we can use it before singular noun like a boy, a child, an ostrich, a tailor. Singular means one. So if a noun means one, like boy, a boy means one boy there. Okay, all different nouns can all the countable nouns can either be singular or plural. If that is singular, you must add a or an before it normally. So a boy, like an ostrich, the tailor, right? And then the can be used with plural nouns, but then a and an cannot be used before it. So we don't use a and an here. You can use the boys, the children, the ostriches. It's up to you, right? And I'll tell you where to use a and the. So in simple words, a and only means one, and it can only be used with singular noun. A and an means the same thing. It is used in a different way depending on the sound of the noun which comes after it. And the, on the other hand, can be used with singular and plural noun both. So an article is something that determines or specifies which noun the speaker is talking of. So when you are saying something, alright, normally when we utter words from our mouth, there will be a noun in the sentence, and before noun we normally use articles there to determine, to make sure which noun we are talking about. Okay, for example, I saw the man who was famous all over the news. So which man did I see? I saw the man who was famous all over the news, not just any man, the man who was famous all over the news that time. Okay, therefore I use the because we know which man we are talking about. Second one is there was an honest man. So there was an honest man. So do we know which honest man? No, we don't know, right? We don't know him, and therefore we use an before it. A and an, these are used when we introduce an object or a noun for the first time. Now the second time when it is introduced, like the honest man, like the honest man used to live in a distant village. So now we know this honest man, and therefore we use article the before it. Okay, so these are just some simple examples to clarify your understanding and doubt. Let us read this one. So this is indefinite articles. Indefinite means unsure articles. When you are talking about general noun, you can use a or an before it. Now, as I already said, a and an means the same thing, so don't get confused here. A dog is a good pet. An octopus has 2 hearts and 8 legs. So here, a dog, I'm talking about any kind of dog. Okay, I'm not just referring to a specific definite dog. It can be any dog. I'm talking generally here. And we use an when there is a vowel sound. Octopus, is a vowel sound. Therefore, we use an. Otherwise, an octopus and a dog means the same thing. A dog means one dog, any dog. An octopus means one octopus, any octopus. Okay, so a and an is used for general meaning, and then the or the is used for a specific noun before specific noun when you are definite about the noun. So we study at the best school of Sambora Tibetan School Society. So the best will always be there because best is superlative, and before superlative we use the, as it is definite there. We know best can only be one or like a group class in total. Secondly, the dog is barking too loudly. So suppose there are a few dogs outside the school compound and then one of them is barking loudly, so you can say the dog is barking loudly, and we know which dog you're talking about, the one who is barking loudly, right? From which pole? Now this question is incorrect, therefore I'll erase it. Now the is used before specific noun. For example, if I say that in my class there's only one door, so what will I say? I'll say close the door, because there's only one door and you know which door I'm talking about. I'm being specific here, right? But if there are like many windows in my class, then how do I say it? I have to give a specific relation to it, like could you please open the very first window, okay? Or I can say like opened a window, and then you can open any kind of window that you like. So in short, a and an means general and it means one all the time, and the is used with specific and it can mean more than one, okay? The is quite flexible, you can use it before anything, but then the means the reader and the listener know which noun you are referring to, okay? And does not mean we know about it. It simply means that you're talking about a noun generally. So here is a table here. It says indefinite and definite articles. So the and an, as I told you, an means the same thing. So an is used with singular countable nouns only. So singular noun only, and that also countable nouns. There are like many uncountable nouns in English, like hair, information, water. You don't use these articles before them. You cannot say an information there, okay? Not a news normally. Then the, as I said, is flexible. You can use this before every noun. Now the second thing is we don't use a and n before specific. We use it before non-specific, okay? When we are talking about generally, and the is used before specific people or thing. For example, how many suns are there in this solar system? There is only one. So what do we call it? Because it is specific, there's only one sun, we say the sun. But how about stars? So we have plenty, right? Plethora of stars over there in the sky. So you can say a star if you're talking about star in general, okay? So these are some of the exercise that comes there, and let us just stay here today. I hope you all have learned something new. In case you have any question or doubt, feel free to ask, and in the next lesson related to article, we'll try to cover the sound of the and the, and at the same time when to say a and when to say an, okay? Thank you all.